You know what's wild? You could text a woman, "Good morning, beautiful," every single day for 6 months, and she might still ignore you, give you dry replies, or worse, leave you on read. But the day you stop texting, suddenly she's Sherlock Holmes, Inspector Gadget, and the entire FBI rolled into one. Why is he not texting? Is he mad at me? Has he moved on? Is he seeing someone else? That, my friend, is the dark psychology of no contact. And in today's video, we're diving headfirst into the emotional roller coaster it causes, not just in women, but in you too. This isn't about playing games. This is about understanding how silence speaks louder than words. Let's break it down step by step with stories, humor, and some real psychology behind why this technique is so powerful, and sometimes even dangerous. Story 1. The Curious Case of Silent Steve. Let me introduce you to Steve. Steve was your average guy. Polite, consistent, texted his girl every morning. "Hope you have a great day. How's work? Did you eat?" Basically, Steve was her emotional Uber Eats. He delivered love, comfort, and compliments 24/7, but she grew colder. It was like she became allergic to kindness. One day Steve snapped. Not in a dramatic, block her on everything kind of way. He just stopped texting, no announcement, no drama, just silence. And boom, 3 days later, she texted, "Hey stranger, everything okay?" "Hold up." She noticed. That's when Steve realized the power of no contact. Not because he wanted to hurt her, but because his silence made her feel the absence he used to fill. See, human psychology, especially female psychology, isn't wired to miss what's constantly available, but take it away, and suddenly it becomes precious. Crazy, right? The science behind it, the scarcity principle. You ever notice how people lose their minds over a limited edition sneaker drop? Same product, different packaging. But the moment you hear only 200 pairs available, you suddenly want it. Even if you weren't a sneakerhead 10 minutes ago. Why? It's called the scarcity principle. And here's the twist. Emotions work the same way. When you're always there, always replying fast, always available, you're not scarce, you're emotionally overstocked. But the moment you pull back, become quiet, and focus on yourself, your perceived value goes up. In female psychology, emotional presence is the currency. When it becomes rare, it becomes desirable. Story 2. The girl who chased after ghosts. Let's talk about Jenna. Jenna was dating this guy, Daniel. Daniel was the definition of mysterious, not toxic, not rude, just calm, stoic, unbothered. He liked her, sure, but he didn't revolve his life around her. He didn't over-text. Sometimes he'd go hours, gasp, even a whole day without replying. And Jenna, she was obsessed. She'd reread old texts, overanalyze emojis, even stalked his Spotify to see what kind of music he was into, just to feel close to him. Why? Because he created space. Space creates curiosity, and curiosity is what fuels attraction. Here's the psychological secret. When women don't have all the answers, they fill in the blanks with their imagination. And 99% of the time, their imagination is way more romantic than reality. Daniel didn't say much, but in Jenna's head, he was a mysterious poet, a wounded soul, a man on a mission. She fell, not for who he was, but for the silence he left behind. What no contact actually does to a woman's mind. Let's be real, no contact is like emotional detox. Here's how it plays out in her brain, step by step. 1. Confusion. Wait, why did he stop texting? This phase drives her nuts. She replays everything, wonders what she did wrong, starts second-guessing herself. 2. Ego activation. Did he just ghost me? Her ego kicks in, especially if she thought you were easy to get. Now you're an unsolved mystery. That's irresistible. 3. Curiosity. What's he doing now? Has he moved on? She checks your socials, asks mutual friends, maybe even posts something just to see if you'll bite. 4. Obsession loop. Why do I keep thinking about him? Silence creates emotional discomfort. Her brain tries to solve it by thinking more about you. The more she thinks, the more she feels. 5. Reconnection attempt. Hey, just thinking about you. Boom, she breaks. The no contact spell has done its job. Here's the twist. It's not just about her. Let's flip the lens. No contact isn't just a trick to get her attention, it's a mirror. When you go silent, two things happen. 1, she reflects on who you were. She notices the effort you used to give, the good mornings, the comfort, the inside jokes. 2, you reflect on who you were. Were you chasing too hard, ignoring your boundaries, losing yourself in the relationship? No contact gives you space to remember. You are not just someone's boyfriend. You're a man with goals, purpose, hobbies, a life. That silence isn't empty. It's clarity. Story 3. The guy who glowed up in silence. Meet Jason. After his breakup, Jason didn't text her, didn't post thirst traps, didn't make passive-aggressive tweets. He just disappeared. What did he do instead? He hit the gym, picked up boxing, took solo trips, started journaling, even got promoted at work. Months later, she texted him out of nowhere. Hey, saw your new post. You look really happy. She wasn't texting the old Jason. She was texting the new one. Because here's what no contact really is. It's not revenge. It's reinvention. Common mistakes guys make during no contact. Let's pause and address some rookie mistakes. 1. Fake no contact. You say you're doing no contact, but you're secretly stalking her stories, liking her friends' pics, or watching her TikToks. Bro, that's not no contact. That's contact in disguise. 2. Doing it just to get her back. If your whole plan is, I'll ignore her, then she'll chase me, you've already lost. Why? Because your intentions are still about her, not about you. No contact works best when you're genuinely focused on your own growth. 3. Breaking the silence too early. The moment she watches your story or likes your old post, you're like, she still cares, and you text her. Boom, game over. Now you're back to square one. Let the silence do the work. The dark side of no contact. Let's be honest, there is a dark side. No contact is powerful, but power without purpose is dangerous. If you use it to manipulate, hurt, or play mind game, it backfires. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but the emotional bill will come due. Women aren't robots, they're humans. Use no contact not to punish them, but to protect your peace. That's the Stoic way. Let's end with a quote. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Sometimes the best way to remind someone of your worth is to quietly walk away and become better. No contact isn't silence. It's presence of mind, of self, of purpose. You're not vanishing, you're rebuilding. And one day, whether she texts or not, whether she comes back or not, you'll look in the mirror and realize you didn't need her to come back. You needed you to come back to yourself. Stick to your silence. Let your growth make the noise. And remember, sometimes your absence is what finally gets her attention. Not because you played a game, but because you remembered your value. The psychology of no contact. It's not dark when you do it with the light of self-respect. Now go, be silent, be strong, be you.